Good evening, and welcome everyone to Square Work Media. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend, like I am. What's up, Ghost of Shadows, Wacky, Ford, Jaw, Shane. Hello, everybody. Y'all give me just a second. Make sure I have a water. It's getting a little cool. Getting just a little cool. Turn that up. Hey there, Granny. Come on. Come on, bub. Come on, Boogaboo. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. You should be able to, since this is a Bluetooth. This is my best earbuds I've got on. It's got a supposed to have, I forget how many mics, noise canceling mics and active mics, but they're called Soundcore. They've got gold plated drives. They're supposed to be the best. So I hope y'all can still hear me. Anyways, how is everybody? I may not have seen you in Triple T's live. I guess some people said that I couldn't see him, like Sugar Nova. She thought I had her blocked. The only people I think I got blocked is like Fusion and a few others, like, and that's for obvious reasons. But I've been talking to Scooter a little bit, and may have an interview. I may do one last thing here soon before I move on to what I consider will be my next stage, and that is as soon as I get this report that I can redact and post, that'll clear up one lie that's went around constantly about me and people may still believe or have doubts on. And then after I do that, plan to speak and get on with Scooter and tell my full explanation about what's the stuff going around that somehow I'm getting attributed to it, and it was really Scientology's doing, and a lack of proper preparedness on another's part. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight, anyways. So, anyways, hello there, Herbal. You're more than welcome if you want to come up, or King of the Kill, if you're here. I wish you were here. Have you come on up? I made sure to have CC turned on. So today, I wanted to call today's stream Sanctified Saturday because, and I know I'm going to have a wide audience. And so if everyone's not religious, or some people are more spiritual, or if you're a downright atheist or whatever, that's okay. Then I guess you won't care too much about what I'm fixing to talk about. But there is a verse that has been one of my favorite verses for a long time, since I was a wee lad, you could say, and that is First Thessalonians 5, verse 23, and it says, "Now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ." And if you were to talk to your preacher or maybe Sunday school teacher or someone, they may give you an explanation of this. But what it's really talking about is that those that have accepted their Lord and Savior, and who recognize what that whole, some may prefer to call it ritual or deed or sacrifice, that gift that he gave us of washing our sins away, is basically when, there's been reports that like people in the real world and in fictional literature and world that there's what they call in some cultures known as a sin eater, but in more modern times, just the fact of someone coming to a great realization and admitting their sins, uh, especially if, well, like if you're how I'm raised, you're not Catholic, so you don't have to have a priest to go to God. So you're able to go and commune with Him your very own self. And so people in the modern era, when they come upon a great realization like that and maybe have a reestablishing of faith to their God or to their Lord, or just getting some things that they've made error in recently out, they then say the words, I am sanctified. I am sanctified. And so that can make one feel very, and the reason why I named the stream today this is because seeing and hearing and learning about this once because of a particular episode of a show I liked that I watched, I realized that, and so I thought about it, and later on that very weekend, I had prayed about an argument I had with somebody that I was rooming with at the time, and I thought about what I did that was wrong, and I asked God to forgive me, and at the end of it, I just said, and now I know I'm sanctified. And after I said that, I swear, when I went and I met my roommate, it just seems like almost what I had happen privately, he had happened too, because we were both at a point from when before we wanted to almost strangle one another, and then afterwards we were trying to accommodate one another. We had gotten the commandment back in our life of loving thy neighbor, and I never did have any more problems after that with that roommate. So that's just a example of what I wanted to share with you about a word I like and something about that concerns my faith personally, and that is that literally, especially if you're a Christian, you are sanctified. So with that being in mind, I hope somebody got something out of that that's useful that I shared. And I'm going to open up the rest of the stream with a prayer after that, okay? So for those that want to join me, you're more than welcome to. For those that don't, I understand. All right. I'm going to begin now. Lord, I come to you today, coming back to be socially, trying to be social on stream. And what I've shared today with these people, God, I hope that if there's anyone in here that needed to hear what I had to say or share, or be reminded just of it, maybe they already knew it, and this was a good chance for them to be reminded of it. Whatever your will was for it, Lord, I appreciate it that that's the thought I had when I came up with this stream idea tonight. And so I want to give thanks to you. I want to give thanks to the good health report that we got recently from my granddad. I want to give thanks to you for my renewed positivity in areas of life that I was lacking in. And I want to give thanks to you, Lord, for each and every single person in here and in this community that that we truly, I was just in another stream, and there's been so much division, God, and I think a lot of us forget the bigger picture of what's going on in the world, that these little, while maybe important in to us right now, the most important thing is your people being unified, Lord. At least that's what I would believe would be the most important thing for us, not only as a people, but as Americans and as a community. So, with all that being said, Lord, I ask that you pray and put your healing upon each and every one of us, that we can come together, work out differences, and those of us that can't, that we can peacefully learn to agree to disagree. And with all these things, I ask in your name, in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Okay, Real Deal's in here. Oh no, I can't hardly see him or T Dameron, but T Dameron, Real Deal, hello, how are you doing? So, would Herbal or anyone like to come up? I'm going to start off now. The rest of the stream, I was going to make a chill stream talk. We might even said, I might even talk about what other subjects that interest people, or do something funny or whatever chill. I don't know. What I'm going to do real quick is I am going to spark my first blunt of the day, or of the evening. After I got done doing stuff earlier, I decided to wait till smoking till I got to streaming. Hey, Ominous Shadows, what's up, man? I'm inviting if anybody wants to come up. I think you'll find that I'm not in the mood to talk so much, so I'd like to hear from others. I made it a point to not stream for a bit of time, and I'm not trying to just jump right back into it. Hello, Ominous. How are you doing tonight, buddy? It'd be cool if the Real Deal came up, or he was supposed to come up and do a live, but he never showed up or whatever. Or Ominous, Herbal, anybody. It really raised my spirits, you know. I'm not gonna, though, regardless of even what the reality is, I'm not gonna play the, well, it's not a play, but I'm just not gonna go there this evening. There's a lot of things that to be grateful for, and I am trying to stay more connected and grounded with that which I and everybody else is. Okay, looks like we do have a guest. Straight Shootings on the stream. Hello, Straight Shooting. Welcome to Square Work Media.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I got an ounce of OG Kush read up yesterday, that it was time to re up, you know, and they had a real good OG Kush hold on, let me look at that beautiful bastard.
My fucking dog's eating the shit out of this. Oh yeah, dude, this is just a small ass branch, bro. I had to make room in my bathroom, man. Hold on, I'll show you my
Hey,
closet.
let me show you this. Hold on here. This is what. Here you go.
Dude, that's one branch, bro. Look at that. I've never had my house smell like this in my life.
Look at this, bro.
Hold on, let me spin this back around so I can see it. Oh, nice. That's a
That
nice looking
bud.
nug.
Yeah, that's what the nugs of this OG Kush look like. They come in because they didn't have it all packaged in one. I had to get it. They had a deal though. I just got a bunch of eighths put together.
Yeah. Nice, man. No, I figured I'd jump on here real quick, see how you doing. I haven't heard really from you.
Yeah, it's been a little, some of the things I have seen lately on some, I'm not going to name names, not because I'm a puss, but just trying to keep it neutral level, sort of. But I'll tell you what, man, some of these uh, streams I have seen recently with some of the characters I've seen on them, it's got me shaking my head because it just doesn't make. I mean, it's laughable. Like, I've been thinking about wanting to make a pretty and really like put my time and effort into it video, but then again, I may just decide to do something else instead. I don't know.
Man,
I see Red Eye's in here. Red Eye, I was gonna call you, but I didn't know if I should call you or not, considering you blocked me. So
well,
just
like I
want to
told
know.
you, man, I would just leave bygones, man, and just you do you, bro. People are gonna talk shit always. Just keep.
Well, I got this text from Scooter, and he said that he had been made aware of some things he was thinking about. I told him, I said, look, man, I said, I'll say it right now for everybody, and again, to Scooter, you, everyone, that like I haven't lied or been talked or faked or made up, manipulated my sobriety, my health issues, nor most of the things in my life I've shared. Have there been some maybe embarrassing things or things at first I tried to avoid? Yeah, but I eventually always did. If it was me or if I did something, I'd come clean to it and I'd acknowledge it and apologize. And you see all these people that are talking about these other people, and they're suspecting that Ryan, like there's no doubt that Ryan influences people just for who he is, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair to say that the dude, just because he had a spat with a certain group of people, that automatically means that just because even if let's say 100 of his fans did go after him, does that mean like if unless there's a piece of evidence that shows Ryan directed it, then he didn't do it. So like I'm tired of him being I don't know. I'm tired of hearing the double talk. I'm hearing a lot of double talk. Like especially and people that aren't like as rich as Ryan maybe or something. They think, well, if they do it, it's no big deal because, they don't have a lot of followers. It's still the same principle. So I don't see how it's not.
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
Like that's how I try to, or I guess that's how my mind tends to think in things is by principle based. And I know I've been a hypocrite in my past. I've been a hypocrite sometimes in my present, and I'll probably be sort of hypocritical some in my future. I think it's part of the human condition for us, for everybody to at times be hypocritical. Maybe then again, some people truly aren't hypocrites at all, but I'm not going to lie and say that I've never caught myself being hypocritical. I know I have. But, these rumors going around that I threaten people or like I swatted Iceman, that's bullshit. I would not do something like that. I'm smart enough to know about cell phone. Like one of the favorite pastimes of mine since I've come back home has been to watch true crime. And I even did it before I left home a few years back. So I know all about how cell phones can be looked at, and all, I'm just not stupid enough to threaten somebody, their kids, their family, or themselves or swat somebody. I mean, I'm not gonna do. I don't care how bad they were to make me look on the internet or anything. I'm just not gonna do it.
Hey man, if you didn't do it, then just don't even speak on it. Fuck it.
No, but I just like to say. I just want to say it for the record because I know I've been absent. Hold on just a second. I just got a notification that somebody rang my doorbell, and I don't know who it could be.
Swatted. Are you getting swatted?
Could be. Who knows?
Just fucking.
Grandpa, hey, it's open. Brownie, come here. Excuse me. Let Brownie back in if he wants to. Been eating. Come on, Brownie. Come on. Come on. Yeah, Brownie, come on. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. You're a good boy. You see your girlfriend? Huh? You see your girlfriend? You see Layla outside? You did. You there straight shooting?
Yeah, I'm here.
And my dog's got a thing that says see his girlfriend. Run, Brownie. My dog wouldn't run away from me, dude. Like I sometimes go out of town and stuff, and I'll take him without his leash and let him go out the car to use the bathroom someplace or whatever. I don't ever have to worry about him running off. He's not that type of dog. Now, when I let him out, he'll run and he'll play. And he'll run around, but run away as in like leave? No, he wouldn't do that. Now, this one woman, she keeps her dog inside because it's not trained well enough and it may actually run off.
Yeah. My dogs don't run off either.
Hello, filthy animal. How you doing? But no, and that's another thing, you know, and I ain't trying to put it on blast, but I might as well. Like, I got messaged. Supposedly, I talked, you know, a little bad or maybe disrespectful, some people see, about my ex. Well, they don't know anything about our relationship or anything. And then they said that, you know, that she was mad because I had cheated on her with a guy, and I'm like, oh, whoa. I'm like, no. She did it. No way in hell. That didn't happen. And if it's being said, I don't care if it's even being said from the source. It's because somebody has paid the person.
Yeah, people say stuff to wind you up, man. It's whether they let you or not, man. It's up to you. I don't.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get to the point, and I've almost got there to where I can, you know, ignore it, be numb. But you know, I have a part of a need still, even if I can get the emotional attachment away, to still have like a fixation of the mind or whatever, to want to respond back to anything that's false. Because even if though I'm not a big person or entertainer or anything, you know, one day if my life changes or something, or if I have some type of opportunity, I don't want a bunch of crap that's on the internet that's just a bunch of gossip and conjecture and bullshit to you know, hurt me in any way. And I think that's why people are like over exaggerating me making a big deal out of some of this stuff, because it is a big deal. I mean, you got everybody well, a lot of people, maybe not everybody, that's got their pants in a wad over supposedly what you know who is said and talked about doing and everything else. Like I watched a panel last night and I just could not believe the like, you know, I, I don't think any of us could know what it would be like or know how to be like or how to act if we were the type of person that had the following, the money, the responsibility, the power, and all that stuff. You know, like, I mean, you can't think that you're going to make the same decisions as if you would if you were that other person. I mean, if you think you would, then you're just lying to yourself. You don't know what you would do if your circumstances were different. You would probably do whatever the best fits your circumstances. I mean, am I right?
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
What? Come on, man. Like, you know, the all the controversy crap going on about uh people that say stuff and whatever, and then supposedly their fans are going off and attacking this person, and that person.
Oh,
Well,
church.
that's on the individual. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily, you know, that's just like back when Johnny Gobble thing was going on. You know, church, I was never directed by anybody to make a vid on Johnny Gobble. Nobody directed or paid me to do it, you know. I didn't get enticed either by watching Ryan's vids and doing it. I literally came up with the idea to do some, and you know, and once I realized some of the things that I was doing on there on him was wrong and stuff, and there were lies being said about him, I took them all down. And especially after having the same type of shit done to me, now I know what it really feels like.
Yeah, I never made a video about Johnny, man. I never made a video about anybody because I'm cool with Johnny, man. We talk once in a while. I'm cool with Gene. I'm cool with a lot
No,
of people.
Cajun lady, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to talk to straight. Hold on. I'll let y'all know when I'm looking at the chat. I'm just trying to stay focused. That's all. Sorry, guys. What'd you say, straight?
Oh, I'm just saying, like sometimes people make videos about people. I've never been that kind, man. A lot of people are like, oh, straight won't fight with nobody, dude. I don't. I'll tell you this much right now. Not a fucking person on here. Not you. Not anybody in the chat. Not I'll name not Ryan. Not anybody in between can say something about me that would get me so pissed off that I'd have to make a video about somebody because I know who I am. My girl knows who I am. My kids know who I am. My family knows who I am. So that's why, like,
Yeah,
when
and I think, and what
I'm
my
I'm a
doctor,
and
what
when
my
shit
doctor straight up said was
phone, I'm like, yo, bro,
because
like,
I already have in myself recurrent depression. So on the outside, whenever I get like negative things or whatever, things reflected back to me that I know aren't true or whatever, but other people, you know, it's just that more added on to already that's there. And it's just like, you know, like really? I mean, because
I get it,
all my
man.
life, I mean, that's why I didn't graduate high school was because these
You've been fucking.
guys had these guys started a fight with me, and next thing you know, I was encircled around a group of people, and I got down on the ground through the fight, and somebody that was supposedly had was my friend came around and took the shoes right off my feet, and the police came, put me in handcuffs, and like one or two other people, but everyone else got away. And I knew this cat by first and last name, and being that he had rode in my car and everything, like I didn't feel bad about letting him know. Like I told him his name probably like 10 times, and they could see clearly I don't have any shoes on. Well, those fuckers escorted me to my car and told me that not to come back for 5 days, or I would go to juvie or whatever in Nashville, the Metro Police. And I looked at him and I said, dude, I said, you'll never see me again here. You know, and it was after that I went and got my stuff online.
Yeah, I get it, man. I,
Like I just
I,
dealt with that
I
all my life in school growing up, and whether I ignored it, came back and fired back with something else. And a lot of times when I did that shit, that was bad for my health because I got knocked the fuck out into a computer screen one time,
yeah,
standing up for myself, you know.
I've always,
I fought back some of the times too, and gotten people over cross, falling on desks and different things, and you know, came out on top. But most of the time, I got my ass handed to me.
yeah, man, I've always stuck up for the underdog, man. I don't pay attention to the other shit, man. That's who I am. That's how I was made. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's why I am. I stick up for the underdogs.
Oh God, don't tell me. Oh, Fusion's in here, and I can't see him. Well, I ain't got shit to say to that dude.
Yeah, I got nothing bad to say against Fusion. I just see, but I don't pay
Well, I
attention.
mean, I don't. I'm not. I'm choosing not to say anything. I could have a lot to say, but I'm choosing not to.
That's the first step, man. Just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, man. I came up here to, chop it up with you a little bit. Don't even pay attention. There's negative shit in the chat. Don't even acknowledge it, man. Take the air out of the.
Well, I mean, like I've just gotten to the point, like if people want to come in, whether I've got them blocked or they, because sometimes I know for a fact some of them block me, so I just can't see them in the chat, and that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I think it's petty, but whatever. But I know some of them actually I have blocked. That's why I can't see them in the chat.
Yeah. I don't ever block anybody, man. But I don't get enough. I don't get as much heat as you do. So
You know, like I just thought it was appalling to hear, you know, because, you know, when you see somebody or especially a group of people, you know, and don't get me wrong, like I'm close to Memphis, the Miss Fletcher being killed, that like that tore me up. You know, I hate hearing about, especially if it's an older woman, a young woman, any woman that gets in danger or whatever. But at the same token, I also care and my heart goes out. I hate to say it, but it does somewhat to a degree, a little bit more to the guys that are dying or get shot by the police that are in a mental health crisis or that get falsely accused uh, and come out and nothing ever happens to the false accuser or get slandered and stuff online, but they don't get defended the same way in which a lot of times, say, a female would. And I just think that's not about equality. And I thought that's what our society and that, or at least that's how I was raised to believe our society was about. Maybe I was just raised with the wrong stuff. I don't know, but
I don't know, man. I think right now, day and age, it's cancel culture. I think, and I don't rock with cancel culture. I don't.
well,
I,
I'm not saying cancel culture is, you know, like one of my favorite shows is about the founding fathers and stuff, and you know, I love the fact that how our country was founded and about the amendments and the freedom of speech. But, you know, freedom of speech still doesn't guarantee you the right to go into a crowded theater and yell fire. You know, it doesn't give you the right to harass somebody. It doesn't give you the right to threaten somebody, you know, with um, a weapon or something or so sort. You know, you have freedom of speech, yeah, but you're not necessarily free from the consequences of certain speech. So yeah, speech is free, but not all speech is completely you know, not going to have any consequences attached to it.
Man, I don't
And
even.
I've had to learn that, and I've had to learn that myself. That's actually a bitch of a lesson, individually for one to learn, because I know I've messed up in that.
Yep. Yeah, dude. I don't even see Mr. Fusion. Where's he at?
I don't know. I
Oh,
can't see him. But this law that's coming out in Illinois starting in January that called the Safety Act, that's gonna eliminate cash bail for people that commit drug-induced homicide, kidnapping, arson, uh, assault, battery, all types of crazy stuff. Even sex offenders and be on the bracelet, they got to wait 48 hours before they act. They could drive to practically Alaska in that time. It's crazy what they're about to try to experiment with up in Illinois. They already got enough crazy shit in Illinois as it is.
I, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know about that law, man. I think. I think. I think pedophiles and people that drug dealers that kill people selling drugs to them.
I understand.
I think they
I
should be hung.
understand.
Bring them down.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just trying to tell Cajun I see her. See,
No,
yeah, I hear you, Cajun. What were you saying, straight?
pedophiles should be hung. That's my take on it. They shouldn't
Yeah,
even get.
either that
Uh,
or ostracized to an island or something. I mean, yeah, I don't have any sympathy for that, and that's like, see, I've been for a while on YouTube. I've been with your boy JDQ. I was on Ghost, but I just money got tight, and I stopped supporting and being a member of Ghost. But I'm a member of some predator hunting channels, and that's like, that's a real soft spot for me because I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and like, you know, the stuff that they're having to go through in school today, and that already that certain schools are trying to force down them is bad enough. But then you have these people that are online, and I mean, there's so many. Like, if I swear, like, you do not even probably most of you don't even want to go on YouTube and type in predator hunting. Like, look up Skeeter Gene or your boy JDQ. Like, you do not believe different people. There's all types of different people out there that suffer from that, and they can call it a sickness, whatever. It's a horrible sickness. It's a sickness that needs to be fucking quarantined. I'll say that.
no, I know one pedophile, and in 2031, when he gets out, he won't be. I'm not even gonna say it, but he won't be out for long, in a sense.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said I know one pedophile, and I know in 2031, when he gets out, he won't be out for long, in a
Would you say
sense.
JM poser exposer? That's not what the law says about what. Well, see, the law is not right in and of itself, in a lot of aspects. I mean, we can agree to disagree about some things, I'm sure, when it comes to that, but I don't think anyone can fully disagree with the fact there's a lot of things on the books that shouldn't be on there, and there are things that aren't on the books that should be on there. I mean, I think that's a fair statement. Oh, and if you live in Missouri, please vote yes on Prop 3 November 8th so we can get recreational going here and we can save the tax expense on medical patients.
That's a long word.
Because I look at it like this: if we're going to have alcohol legal, which is, in my eyes, worse than weed, you can both say they're intoxicating and shouldn't be used while driving, and I'll fully agree. However, I think alcohol is more dangerous and worse, and I think if it's legal, the other should be. That's my view on it.
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, it says you have freedom of speech. Yeah, it may say that, JM Poser Exposer, but you know as I do that the states have authority to write things in there. That's why you can't go into a theater and yell fire and stuff. That's why I said that you're not necessarily free from the consequences of that speech. Because if you go out and use your free speech like I did towards these local cops one time, while I was handcuffed, and when we went inside the station, they just threw me on my face, and I fell face forward on the ground for saying my free speech. So what I said is not untrue, regardless if it's written there extra or not.
Well, you get
But
it.
yeah, I'd be careful about saying what you. I got what you were saying though straight. You said one that'll be out there and he won't be out long. Like, yeah, man, I hear what you're saying, and like I don't feel like I think that these one people, that this couple who they supposedly killed a guy just because he was an offender like that, but I think they really did it to build up their cred because I think they were already locked up or whatever. Because they said they had no remorse or whatever, and that they would do it again. And but before they had said that, they had begged and said, "Oh, we won't do it again. Let us get out so we can grow old together as a couple." And the judge gave them life, and then they started saying, "Oh, we wish we could kill him again." You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go. I don't feel bad for the guy if he was a pedophile.
No, I'm not going to be on Durkee's new podcast. No, I don't think hate speech, because I think they would make it too broad if they were to make like a hate speech illegal act. So I'm not really in support of that. But like on platforms and stuff, I mean, you have freedom of speech in the country, on the picket line, outside in public, online. I guess if the platform operates in America, it should operate on freedom of speech. But still, yet, if it's a private company or whatever, and it's not like government or publicly owned, then they're allowed to have their own, you know, terms of service. And people that don't want to abide by them, then, I mean, you're basically fraudulently using the platform. I mean, or you're violating the terms of service that you're using, of what you're using. No, I'm not an outlaw. Maybe in a different life. I didn't say it's not, yeah, but you have freedom of speech. But that's how I choose to think of it and speak on it. That's it, that's exactly how you're saying, JM, I believed, but have you been watching Alex Jones? He's being ripped apart and fined for his so-called free speech.
Who's Alex
Just so
Jones?
you know. He's a radio talk show host, conspiracy. I mean, a lot of what he says, there's a lot of facts behind some of it. Some of what he says, though, there's not. But he sells a lot of supplements and stuff, and nutraceuticals and whatnot. And some people think he's a grifter. I don't really know what to think. I think I always think there's something in the middle. I didn't see it, Herbal. I apologize. What was your question?
What's up, Herbal? How you doing, bro? Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore people. I'm really trying to get this trimmed up.
Yeah, I'm an in-law. Definitely got in-laws, sure. Well, I mean that. I'm just saying though, Mia. According to Jacob's premise, I know he said Okay, Jacob, exactly. He's facing the consequences of what I said. That's exactly what I said, bro. I said you have freedom of speech, but that does not mean you won't have consequences of that free speech.
Oh,
All I said. I didn't say the law said anything else.
well, see, you got to say "I think" in front of everything you say. I think you're a fat pig to a cop. See, that's freedom of speech. You can't say I'm going to kill you. You say I think you should die. That's freedom of speech. There's a difference. One's a threat. One's an opinion.
I'd be scared though, even to say I think you should die. Towards a cop because they reach and try to stretch the statute definitions to fit whatever to charge you. What's up, Army vet? Like, I mean, that's why I've been charged with. I've gotten charged now with a DUI when I never drove before, after, or during. I was just outside near my car at the time, and I had actually called the police. I got charged for a DUI on that. I beat it. And then I just recently got charged with something that was just way out of left field. And
Dude,
luckily, I beat it.
dude.
But
I
I
mean,
had this one guy that lived on our property, that we were letting him live there rent free. He's supposed to pay us, when he got on his feet and stuff. And I signed up for a service, got an iPhone, let him use it because he needed a phone and everything. He was supposed to pay me. Well, then he was going to leave and go back to be with his ex. And I said, all right, fine, man. I said, since you haven't paid anything on that, let me go ahead and get that phone. And he didn't want to give it to me. So I like struggled with him a little bit trying to get it. And he just jumped in her car and they took off. Well, before he left, that son of a bitch goes and files something on me. I get a damn peace disturbance by fighting ticket for trying to reclaim my own property in my own yard. So like that whole,
that's crazy, man.
yes, Army vet. I do love you, Army vet.
What's up, Army vet?
How are you doing? Hope you're doing good, hon.
Holy fuck. Dude, I didn't know my camera was on this whole time. Sorry if you guys got some weird angles of me.
Yeah, but you know, I had it wasn't it it wasn't just this past Sunday, but it was the Sunday before last when I had went service, and then I went and I had a meeting, and it was after both of those like fellowships that were in a spiritual sense that I don't know. It felt like because when I went to bed so peaceful that night. I didn't even take my Tylenol like I usually have to take before I go to bed. And I woke up the next night and I had a bunch of like, I don't know, just revelations or thoughts. I guess I was having good thoughts, one or the other. And ever since then, I've been trying to be a little bit more positive each and each day. Oh, Carolina Cowboy, I love you spiritually, man, as a person, but as a channel creator, if you still got that video with me with a dick near me, I don't like you too much.
What?
Motherfucker made a video with me with a dick near me or whatever, me holding a dick. No, Tylenol with codeine would make me itch. No, thank you. And I would get a rash from that shit. I don't do codeine. Never have, never will. I did one time at the dentist. I got it prescribed to me. I learned the hard way. Had to go to the freaking ER to get a whole different prescription. I'm glad to hear that, Wacky. That's why I turned it on and I put it on English.
So what state you live in, Square?
Oh, you were talking about the Illinois law, exposer poser? That is exactly what it said. Do you want me, you know what? Hold on just a second. Let me, somebody thinks that okay. How about I just let a mayor explain it to you? Somebody that actually got it and had to read it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So somebody thinks I'm not telling the complete truth about the Illinois law. I'm telling the truth.
No, I don't live in Illinois.
And well, you may not, and people may say, "Well, that's just Illinois." I was about to say that. It may not seem like it's a big deal if it's just Illinois, but that's going to affect the whole country because you're going to have people that are going to flee Illinois uh, because of this law, and it ought to be pretty obvious why they'd flee. And that's because if somebody gets arrested for, like, say, I go and I commit an armed robbery, and then I get arrested and get a court date for 2 months, man, I got 2 months to find the perfect hideaway anywhere in the rest of the country and never show up to court. And that it's going to change the way the U.S. Marshal. Hold on, let me play this.
U.S. Marshals just start putting people down. I think once you get convicted of like touching a kid or something, you should be castrated and hung. That is my opinion.
Hydrocodone, Dirty Sanchez. Back when I was in active addiction, yeah, that was one of the things I was prescribed uh, for a long time, especially whenever I was in pain clinics, which are nothing but pill mills. It may be already partially intimate, implemented, but that's bad.
What are you talking about, Vicodin?
Yeah, just a second. He's not understanding that, um, they're going to be less likely, especially with all the overcrowding that's been going on, and with COVID. It, I don't know. It's like a perfect recipe, and that's what. I don't know if anybody. Hey, do you ever watch the guy that's called Officer Tatum on here, straight shooting?
No, I don't.
Well, there's a channel called the Officer Tatum Report, and I like him a lot. I think he works with the Blaze. You know who the Blaze Media is?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think he works alongside with them, and like, I watch him, and I watch Steve Crowder. Sometimes I'll check out what's his name, but I really don't care to check him out. But I may have to just to find this video I'm looking for. Yeah, I didn't agree with it being labeled the Purge Law, but I tell you what, you know, when you're talking about doing what it says, what I'm about to play that it says, you are setting up a recipe for disaster, and people can make their own. opinions about it. I'm not telling you how to think about it. I just want to find it real quick. Here it is right here. So like people have I don't, just in cases, most people probably understand, but just as a general to catch up, like when you have cash bail, so like you get in trouble for something and you put up, you know, have to put up $10,000 and your trial's not for 3 months, you know, and let's say that's your family's money or something. Well, you gotta, you know, people feel like, well, with cash bail or the way it's normally been explained is that you got 10,000 reasons to show up. Well, they want to eliminate that because it's supposedly, and keep in mind, this is, you're thinking about people that are potentially, you know, in trouble with the law. Now they're innocent before proven guilty, but I don't know. Y'all are going to have to tell me what you think about this. It's loading. It's being slow. What have you been doing today, Straight?
You're looking at it, brother. You're looking at it.
Messing with them plants, huh?
I didn't know how big this one plant was, man.
I'm not going to play the Purge
I
thing, so don't
never,
worry, headphone users. Sorry?
I never had one plant smell at my house so bad in my life. Like, this is the most stinkiest plant I've ever had. Almost every offense.
That thing must have bud real good.
Oh, yeah, it was. This is the best plant I've ever grown, dude, smell wise.
Yeah, I like Sheriff Grady, Rican. Grady Judd down in Florida. Yeah, he's no nonsense. And he's busted a lot of people, perverted people at Disney World.
I guess I gotta get out more. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
With child porn and everything else.
Oh, no.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, you're funny, Herbal. That's real funny, bro. That's one way to never get your rent back. Okay, I'm gonna play this. Here we go.
Things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Want in terms of killing people, robbing places. Pretty much nothing is illegal. And there's the other side to that. What makes something enforcement can act? They can keep Pecco. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They can almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners, officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them, and whether or not it's legal. So if someone comes into your home, cops are not allowed to remove them. So we can set up camp in there.
I don't know if you guys just heard that, but he was pretty clear about what that entails. I didn't want to let the other person talk, but I wanted you to hear what the mayor had to say. Hold on. Let me unmute Straight Shooting. Straight Shooting, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude.
All right. Yeah.
I just had to kill a bee. There was a bee on my plant. Man, I feel bad.
I'm sorry that that was loud. If it was loud, just you can rewind back and turn it down. Um, but yeah, I was just watching the new Jeffrey Dahmer. Speaking of Jeffrey Dahmer, guys, I was just
Oh my,
watching the new Netflix movie of him earlier.
that's
That
so.
shit was weird.
I was gonna ask you if you watched that.
Well, see, I studied Ted Bundy in high school. It was a part of a class that I did. And so I've also done a lot of research outside of school. I own the books written by his friend Ann Rule and his ex-girlfriend Liz. And I studied a lot about Ted, and I've watched just about all the movies about him too. And so I know Ted real well, and he doesn't freak me out. But Jeffrey, I mean, don't get me wrong, Ted is fucking horrible and evil, but it doesn't freak me out. But that fucking Jeffrey dude, man, dude, he fucking makes Ted seem like I don't know. I mean, they're both evil, but something about just the way he went after guys and the way he was with his family, the way they portrayed he was with his mom or his grandma and dad, it just turned me off.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy to watch.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I've watched up until the mom tried to kill herself with the gas line.
I didn't know that Evan Peters. I don't know who he is. I haven't technically finished it all the way. But he, I'll tell you somebody else that thought they were going to get away with murder and almost did was Robert Durst. He was a billionaire heir to a real estate company owned by his family in New York, and his wife went missing in the late 70s, and they think that he killed her. And the prosecutor up in New York wanted him, and they were putting out tabloids about him. So he went down to Texas and disguised himself as a woman, rented an apartment, got close with this guy, and they think that the dude figured out who he was. And so he ended up shooting that dude, and his whole defense was self-defense, even though he chopped up the dude's body and put it in the damn river. And they acquitted his ass. But then his friend also, his close friend, got killed in 2000, and a letter was sent to the police, and it matches up with the same letter he had sent to her before, the same handwriting. So they ended up ultimately finding him guilty, and he died here just a few months ago.
Weird. Never heard of it.
Like Robert Durst, yeah, I'm into true crime. Like, I still can't believe Casey Anthony got away with what she did. But she had a good lawyer.
That's it, man. O.J. Simpson did too.
Yeah, then he got out and wrote a book, If I Did It. That's crazy. That's just like that dude, Josh, and his dad. They had thought that his dad, because his dad admitted to killing their stepbrother, but it was actually Josh, the older brother, that killed the younger one. And he admitted to it after his dad had already been sentenced for it and stuff, because he knew he couldn't be tried for it. That's what's messed up.
Yeah, it is, man. I remember watching O.J. Simpson, and clear as day when I was younger, man. My mom was even yelling, "Run, O.J., run!" Everybody was a lot of people root for him, but I mean,
Like Gacy, I'll tell you something about that was interesting with, like, if you haven't seen No Man of God, it's a really good movie to watch if you want to see the FBI psychological profiling side of Bundy with Bill Hagmaier, who's one of the guys that spent a lot of time with him. He actually was in charge of deciding was he sane enough to be killed, and he found him sane enough. Um, in the movie, he says, "Did you find out why I did it?" And he says, "Because you wanted to." You know, he did in real life. He tried to do an interview with this evangelical dude, Christian conservative guy, and tried to blame it all on like rough or hardcore pornography, but that's not what it was. He had even told people in his life that he felt like something else was controlling him. And the way he'd go about picking up his victims, man, was just sick. It just probably, he'd be like, "Oh, can you help me with something?" And have like his arm in a cast. And next thing you know, he'd pop him over the head and fucking kidnap him.
Weird, man.
Fucking sick.
People are crazy. Man, it's a lot of work, man.
What are you doing to the bud?
I'm taking all the water leaves off. Taking all the water leaves off, man. So we can dry it.
Yeah.
We got a whole other plant to go to, and it's just, man. It's a lot
Well,
of work.
apparently I found out that I was told by somebody that I'm already divorced. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck, I was wondering about that. I didn't know if, I guess if you don't contest something, maybe you don't ever get a receipt of it. I didn't know. All I had was a certificate. So I guess next thing I just got to do is just take the person off my life insurance.
Yep. This shit's crazy.
I never thought that just like I thought about telling my Scientology story, but I would have never gotten too much into like my personal stuff, especially if it was shared with another. But somebody decided to a couple years back, and it's because it started back a couple years back, even before then. These guys named Marty Rathbun and Mike Render and stuff. They got interviewed by the BBC and different people. And Leah Remini's come out, and she's had a Netflix special on it. And then they've had the Going Clear movie, and it's all about the abuses of the church and like them making people like they supposedly put a bunch of executives, the main guy did, in a room, and they played musical chairs to Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And whoever didn't have a chair, or whoever had the last chair at the end, they stayed. And by the end of it, people were pulling and fighting and kicking each other for a chair and destroying the chairs and putting pieces of chairs together to try to make it. And it was crazy. And at the end of it, he just didn't do anything like he said. He was just fucking with them. Like that's how you know that's how you know it's a cult. Nobody's seen his wife, man, in like over a decade. Like you can't. Nobody can make him bring her out. She could be anywhere. Hell, she could be dead. I just don't understand that. Every time they've called the police about it, the police say they've talked to her or whatever, then she doesn't want to talk to anybody and she's fine. But how do they know they really have talked to her? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, man. I keep forgetting my camera's on. We all know he sees.
No, well, I really don't care if they're wanting to hang out. If they wanted to be here, they're going to be here anyway. It gives me the view. I can't really see what they say. So, I mean,
I can't even see Fusion.
I mean, if it was really getting underneath my skin or whatever, the fact that they're in here and I can't see them, then I would switch and, but I'm obviously not bothered by it. Not anymore. Oh, I can see D-Wiz. Anyways, Straight, how's your pups been and everything? They've been good?
Yeah, they're doing good, man.
I seen this video of this guy trying to wake up his son or something, this Cane Corso that is close to his son. He was sitting there in the bed and he was leaning in there trying to wake him up, and that big old dog was like,
Yeah, Cane Corso don't mess around, man.
he's like, this is what happens when I try to wake up his favorite human.
Oh yeah, I can't forget it.
Do you want to do I don't know if you might have done one yesterday. I don't know. I just probably wasn't tuned in, but do you want to do a mental health or recovery stream tomorrow?
Yeah, sure, man. I'm gonna have to jump off here in a minute, anyways. But yeah, I'll do one tomorrow.
I was about to cut it off short too. I didn't want to come on, stay on too long tonight.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, just let me know when. Just give me a call or something.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely give you a buzz tomorrow, man. You take care.
All right, you too, man. Bye.
All right, take care. Thanks again, Straight Shooting. Y'all like and subscribe to Straight Shooting if you haven't already. Shout out to Straight Shooting. Anybody else like to come up real quick before I end the show? Probably gonna about to end it. What have we went over though, people? We went over about, it's being sanctified is about being able to take, accountability. And here, let me do this first because I said I was going to do this, and I don't like saying things I'm going to do without doing them. I'm sorry, it's just, uh, it's crazy how in the moment you'll do stuff, and then later on, afterwards, reflecting on it, you see how ashamed you feel. But I was wrong, irregardless of the how or the who or the idea given. Regardless of all that, I'm just don't forget I even just mentioned it. I was wrong still yet, and am responsible for stupidly, immaturely, and calling Black Fox's work that one time. And, it just wasn't proper. And it's not that I regret it because, I do regret it for how it makes me look and stuff. I'm not going to lie, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is I feel that I let myself down. I've let my own self and standards and things that I would have normally thought that I would stand by down, and I betrayed them. And for that, I'm sorry, and so I apologize publicly. That's all I'd like to say. Okay, I see Herbal's here. Herbal, welcome on up.
Square.
Fusion's here. Mr.
There
Fusion, welcome to Square Work Media.
Look here. Hear me out before you kick me, because I'm not going to say anything bad. Okay?
I haven't said anything.
I know. I'm just saying, before you get all mad and kick me off, just hear me out. I'm here.
I haven't been mad.
I'm here under good pretenses. Okay? So, we talked the other day, or tried talking to you the other day, and you got mad and kicked me out. Okay?
The other day, my sense of time is a lot Well, according to my like horoscope thing or numerology, whatever, my sense of timing's really off, so I don't know when the other day was, but okay.
Well, when I was talking to you about the service cat, and then you kicked me off, and you brought me back on. Anyway, that's the past.
Oh, okay.
Look here. So
That is a little Bob.
I'm still Bob is great. I'm
Is
I'm
he
gonna
yelling?
keep. Oh, he's
Quit
not here right
interrupting
now.
him.
He's
I'm just asking him about this cat shit. I'm breaking the ice.
he's a roamer, man. He's a stray cat that I take care of, but he does his own thing during the day. He'll
Oh,
come
he's
up here
one of
and-
them. We have one of them cats. Like they came to our house. Our house was home. They'd be there, but every night they'd go out and do their cat business.
Oh yeah, he's
That's what
roaming.
he's
Trying
like.
to, he's looking for some booty right now, I'm sure. Anyway, look, I'm gonna go back to where I started from a couple of weeks ago, and I'm gonna not make any more videos about you, Square. But look, I want to give you a chance to do better and let you do your thing. I don't want to keep trolling you. I really don't. All I want you to do is just stop talking about the shit in the past. Stop bringing up the things that have been done and are over with. Me and Iceman squashed our shit. It's done and over with. Stop bringing that stuff up. Stop bringing up. I didn't call anybody in your family. I know you think I did, but I didn't. Just let all that shit go and start over.
Well,
fresh.
that I mean, like I'm willing to do that, but like that, the EPO video was unnecessary. You know, I can't really talk about that. But
Look, I understand that you see it that way. I see it a different way. We're going to just agree to disagree. Okay? Just let this shit go. I don't have any, like, I'm not personally pissed at you. Was I a little upset that you kept threatening that you knew my info and you insinuated shit? Yeah, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But all I want you to do is I want you to try to start fresh and just drop this shit and let it go. I know you have a personality that you can't let some shit go sometimes, but trust me, if you would just let the shit go and do your thing and not get so mad at people and bring shit up when you get mad, people wouldn't talk about you. But you do that, and people keep bringing shit up, and they're just going to keep trolling you. Just
well,
relax.
somebody else might knew as long as stuff comes up, but that's whatever up to others.
Look,
Yeah, I am relaxed. I'm fine.
Look, I'm a fun troll. I like to mess with people. I like to make people laugh. It's not meant to take you to a certain place or anything like that. I just like to have fun. I like to joke around and have fun. I know you don't get some of the jokes sometimes, but it is what it is. I don't want to keep making videos about you. I just want you to go down a different path now and try to do your own content and just relax. Just relax, man.
Now, do you agree to those terms, Square?
I
I've
really
already.
I really
you
am
know,
trying to keep the peace here. I really am. This is not a troll.
I
I'm not
mean,
trolling.
just like when I realized I was wrong about Johnny, I took his vids down. I just, you know, I mean, because anyone can later on see stuff about. I mean, especially when it was dealing with something that I can't. I mean, I'm not even, you know, I can't even talk about certain stuff. Just
I'm not saying,
for
look,
my health and stuff.
I'm not saying that you can't talk about shit or whatever.
No, I
but-
can't. No, I legally and stuff.
Well,
can't,
yeah,
so,
I get that part of it, but you know, when you call people out, that's going to make people respond to it. You have to understand that. So when you call somebody out and then they make a video about you, that's in response to something you said. So you can't really fault them for that. That's just the way this works. Do you get that?
Yeah, I got you on that.
But I'm not trolling you right now. I'm really trying to give you an out here to just let the shit go. I know you want me to take the videos down, and I'm not saying I'll always keep them up, but I'm not going to take them down right now. I'm not saying
it's a show of good faith.
Or anything,
show of good faith. Square, you pick one video, and Fusion takes it down for a start.
Oh, I'll do that. You pick one video out of all the ones I made about you, and I'll take it down.
EPO.
All right, I'll take the EPO video down when I get off here. But that's the only one I'm going to take down until I can see that you're trying to make a conscious effort to try to drop this shit.
Oh, you
I'm
ain't gonna have to worry about that. Now, Herbal, you said you want to do something about a skid or something, didn't you? Oh, and you need to make sure to let Bob get some pussy. Oh, I thought they would have laughed about the little short I made the other night, especially Filthy and Fusion. I mean, I made Fusion out of BC. I made Filthy out of BC second in command, and then I made Pox, Little Kenny, and then I made MC freaking one of the guys they pushed out the way in Oz. But that was just a little joke.
If you can make peace with Fusion, you can make peace with Llama too.
Oh god. Well, one step at a time now.
Look, Mama is a troll like I am. That's all he's doing. He's just trolling you. That's it. He's not trying to do it maliciously or anything like that. I know you see it that way. He's just trying to make people laugh. That's all.
Man, when he's tagging my damn name, even though it's an account I made it when I was underage. Like, he doesn't have to keep reminding me of that failure of making an account with my username as my damn whole name. He keeps tagging videos of that. That shit's fucked up.
Well,
that's
I
like a doc. That's a dox each time.
But you made the account with your own name. It's not really a dox if you made the account. It's under
no, but he doesn't have to purposefully go out of his way to tag it. You know, that's purposefully exposing my name more. Like, if I knew of a way to contact YouTube and get them to give me access to that or whatever, I'd take it down.
I don't think it's going to be YouTube. I think you're going to have to try to do an account recovery for that account in Google or something somewhere, because it has to be tied to an account.
Well, it was made way back before they even merged all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even the account I'm on right now was made back in 09. I don't think Google and stuff was merged yet with it.
I don't know.
They made it all.
All that shit. They transferred all those records over
to Google. Yeah, I know they did now, but I know there's still some stuff that's old. Hey, what about what happened to this? What's the deal with? I heard that y'all had a live with because I'm not trying to start nothing now. I'm seriously asking out of wanting to get the right info from sources that I know study it more than I do. And that would be you. This Icked Mill guy, he came on your live last night because I genuinely haven't seen any of your shows.
No, he didn't.
Nothing lately.
He didn't come on my live. I went on Xanime's channel and did a live with her. I was her co-host. And Triple T came up, and mysteriously Brittany came up, and then Icked Mill was in chat, and he came up for a little bit.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, I know Ryan said so. Like, you honestly think that, like, I mean, I think it was kind of a stretch to think that some YouTubers had something to do with it or whatever, but I get the paranoia of the things that looked kind of close or whatever, their side of it too. But at the same token, that's just like what I was saying about Alex Jones. Like, you know, he's having to pay the piper right now for saying all that shit that was patently false.
Well, okay.
And they banned all his videos off YouTube. So, like, you know, I'd hate to see that happen to somebody else. You know, because
okay, look, the whole reason why I'm standing up for Xanime and Icked Mill and all the other people in this is not because I hate Ryan, and it's not because I want to see him get his channel removed.
No, I know that. It's because you don't want them. Because they're getting targeted, whether or not. I don't think that you think like Ryan's having anything to do with it either. I mean, like, I would think.
I mean, he started it with them. He's the one that started saying that Xanime had something to do with it. So, I mean, he did start.
Yeah, I will agree. I will agree with that. And that's why I tried to say, like, certain things. That's why I kept going back in the past, Fusion, because certain things were like the trigger or what led to the other things, even if they weren't necessarily directly connected. But I get what you're saying, yeah.
Well, if he would have come out and said that what he did about Zame, and he would have said Kylie wasn't real, we probably wouldn't be in this situation. But it is what it is now. I know you think there's similarities between what happened with me and you and everybody else and Zame. My trolls weren't meant to be anything other than YouTube shit. I didn't take it to real life like you think I did. But she's actually getting like death threats, people following her, taking pictures of her car, posting it online, calling her
I've got some.
business.
I've got some death threats from. I've got some death threats from some people. I don't know who they are, but you know, it's always those text nows and types of numbers, and it's like you have to have a lot of a case or whatever. I don't know. That's why they do it. They do it that way, so you can't get access.
Okay.
You know.
Listen to me, because I don't think I'm diminishing the death threats that you've got, but there's a difference between you beefing with some YouTubers that have 1,000 followers versus a YouTuber that has 3 million followers. And
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I never meant to take away from that. I definitely didn't think that he didn't have any influence of it, like partial influence responsibility. But as far as I don't know, it just maybe sometimes I just was taking some of what Psychobabble said too extreme, but it made it seem like Ryan was actively directing it, and I didn't really agree with that.
In a way, he was. I mean,
okay.
Okay, look, trust me, I was a big Ryan supporter, and Han is every word. But when a big YouTuber like that has that many followers, you have a certain responsibility to not attack people because you know your followers are going to go and do the same thing you do. They're going to emulate you to try to protect you.
And then you're going to have, of course, the few 50 or so people that, you know, the crazies or, you know, the whatevers that are going to sit there and like harp on it over and over day after day after day.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, you have to be somewhat responsible when you have that big of a platform. And what he did was irresponsible in a way. It really was.
Horrible. You better delete those audio avatars. I saw them.
I wondered how long it would take you.
You ain't slick.
You don't like them? They were in your honor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're in my honor. I got some honor.
They are. They're pictures of you, swear.
Really? Red Eye? I can't believe that. See, like, I've always liked Ryan's, especially him and his mom's, like, you know, in the spiritual, the metaphysical stuff and ghosts. But I mean, you know, I do think it's kind of like, I don't really get the whole Cashville thing or whatever.
Well, look, Cashville went on Psychobabble's.
And Red Eye, you're more. Excuse me, Fusion. Sorry, Red Eye, you're more than welcome to come up here.
Cashville never said anything derogatory about Ryan. All he said was, "What he's doing is wrong. I just want him to stop." He even said, "You know, my kids love Ryan. I love Ryan. My wife loves Ryan." Never said anything bad about him. And then Ryan got pissed off and wants to take away his royalties just because he spoke out. That's it. Like he's trying to take a man's living just because of him speaking out. And when you
well, hope to God it's not his only living, but definitely would make a big dent. And yeah, that's wrong because that's work he did in the past, and you know, like he's already done it. You know,
exactly. Why?
And even if you like, I don't know what he's planning on taking out, but like if just because you take out his name or maybe an instrumental or something that he put in there, like he still did it, and it's like you're taking somebody's work that you already contracted and throwing it away like it didn't even happen. Yeah, I kind of get that. I feel bad about that then. Because I know how I'd feel.
I'm not trying to make you feel any which way about anything. I'm just trying to get you.
No, but I'm wanting to hear actually like what the actual information on it was, because I hate going to these YouTube channels and listening about it because it's second-rate information. I'd rather hear like somebody directly like you tell me.
Well, look, I talked to Anime behind the scenes several times. She is a very nice lady. She didn't do anything. She was just bombarded on a panel one time, and it went straight downhill from there. She didn't deserve what she's getting, and people need to stand up for that. You can support somebody and still disagree with them and still support them at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I gotta say, like, as far as like this anime stuff, I agree with you. Now with Tony, like, whether or not you want to talk about or semantics, that's a whole nother thing. But if that was truly like just a spam message or something, I don't know why he didn't just show it. I get there's the part about like, well, he don't really have to do it, but it just looked bad. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing with Tony. She went on Tony Dodge's podcast several times before the interaction with Ryan. And when the thing with Ryan happened, he totally did not defend her. He fucking kicked her under the bus so hard, and it was so bad. And then that was when Ryan, and he was scared of Ryan. That's what it was, because he didn't want Ryan to come back on.
Wacky, that's 100% true. That would be a sinning Christian. They would need to crave and have actual remorse if they did that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good word to call a lady.
I mean, he's called her all kind of words, man. He's called her the C word, the B word, her flip. I mean, it's disgusting.
And I know, like, and it's not really excusable just because you have an ex or something, but if you have some history or, bad stuff with an ex, I can kind of understand that a little bit more. But, somebody you don't know that you have a disagreement with, like, saying, I think he called her a fat hoe a couple of times, like over and over and over. I was like, damn, that was childish.
Yeah, he made it short at that.
Look, I get people don't like the fact that I
love his
started
music.
my channel. People don't like the fact that I started my channel because of Ryan, and now I'm kind of speaking against him. It is what it is, but I got to call out bullshit when I see it. That's just how I'm wired.
Well, I mean, I don't think that there's anything. I mean, sadly, I remember it's not sadly. It's just how it is. Reality is fluid. It's always changing. So,
look, the only thing people want right now is for him to do better. She doesn't even want an apology because she thinks that she gets one, it won't have any kind of impact at all. It will just be him trying to calm the flames against him. So, it is what it is, but people just want him to do better.
I think one legitimate concern about Ryan is that if he buckles on this, and I'm not saying that he's not in the wrong with this anime stuff, but Tony Dodge, I think he was kind of on an even playing field by asking him, like, just show the message if it's spam or whatever. But the other stuff, no. But you guys got to remember, he did just get recently sued by Nicole Arbor and stuff, and that Katie girl tried her BS. And, like, if he, maybe he's got this mentality that if he apologizes or says something about one, then the other one's what expected or people expected out of him again.
Well, and that could be true, but that doesn't diminish the fact that he did it and he should apologize for it either.
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, maybe one reason why, you know what I mean? That might be a reason why he's concerned and hesitant.
Brian is very prideful, so I don't see him doing it. I'm not holding my breath, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, when he said he was about to pull some Taylor Swift shit, like, he was talking about Johnny Cashville, right?
Yes, that's what he's talking about.
He's pulling the master rights to his albums and re-releasing them, so he doesn't have to pay any royalties.
Mm-hmm.
And, somebody on Psychobabble said that this would be a reason that why this would put a damper on independent artists and why they should want to sign with somebody, because they'd be less likely to do that stuff because it'd be a violation of their contract. I'm like, oh man, don't make that point.
Well, it's none of it's over yet. They're going to have to go through court or some sort of arbitration, I'm sure.
Because I think I think it would just be better to like try to get Ryan to see the right thing other than say something about independent artistry, because then you're going to be hitting a nerve when you talk about that, because Ryan is really like big on that. That's just my
That's
opinion.
exactly right, Red Odd. I personally wish he'd have just stayed out of the whole fucking armchair detective shit and just focused on music.
Yep.
Yeah, you've got to be. Yeah, you got to be willing to take an L, man. Like we've all taken an L. Even people that don't like to take them, like Red Eye says, they've taken them.
Well, there's one guy, Power Stroke No Joke, came out with a video today saying he was one of the guys that was up on Ryan's panels multiple times, and he came out with a video today saying, he came out with a video today saying, "Oh well, I'm a victim in all this. I'm getting death threats now. It's not worth it. Blah 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 blah. Motherfucker, you're the one up there perpetuating this shit. It's like you are the cause of all this. Part of the cause. You can't."
He was in on the heist. He can't get mad just because he didn't like his cut.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he got shit for doing all that. I'm sure.
And see, that's another thing.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, Brownie said. Well, even if somebody did search some things up, I don't think violence should ever be used. But if that comes that way, you need to take it through the proper channels, and mention it or whatever, but don't mention it as if like that'd be like me saying something about some people in the wrong neighborhood, and these people know where I live, and then I expect whenever they ride by or whatever not to yell at me or threaten me or whatever. Like you call. I hear what you're saying. You caused it, but at the same time, I don't agree with the violent threats or anything.
Well, I honestly think he was lying.
Lay down.
To be honest, I think he's doing it for clout. That's what I think. I think he's trying to get sympathy views.
And you might be right. You are probably right. More than likely. I mean, why else hasn't he posted any of these threats with mosaics? Because that's what I would do. Which I haven't posted some of mine. I just haven't done it yet. But if you wanted to, you just gotta make sure you edit it right and watch it, and then you can post it and not reveal the number.
I don't know.
Or email or whatever.
It's not going to stop. I'm with the anime the whole way, no matter what she goes through. So, I mean, we're going to keep speaking.
Well, I commend you for that, because she's a veteran and everything else too. And even Uncle Will, I'm glad that he was able to say that he was wrong about that stuff.
Well, he did that. Okay, he did an apology video the other day. I want to give Zanman a big apology. He said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry we got your service wrong," and then he started making some real snide comments about her. And he's not sorry for anything. He's still on that train, and it's disgusting because I like Uncle Will. I mean, I did. I don't like what he's doing now.
Me too. Well,
But you just have to go watch some Uncle Will's videos, man. They're kind of nasty, for real. Like he's still.
You talking about Zanime?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was saying that I commend you for this anime thing. What was I was trying to say? No, if Ryan would just, I don't know. Like I think with like him being cool and his mom forgiving JG and all, that's great. But I don't know why he can't do the same thing with like Johnny Cash in this situation. This situation hasn't even went on or blown up as long as that older situation with JG lasted.
Let me tell you a little secret that some people know and some people don't know. And I'll tell you why Uncle Will is real hard on Ryan's nuts right now. You remember when Ryan...
we got hold on, we got a Mr. Fusion. You guys is bringing us a Square Work Media exclusive, y'all. Y'all get ready. Wacky, you got a CC on, don't you?
You remember when Ryan went to Panama, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when Ryan went to Panama, his girlfriend didn't go with him, right? And then all of a
That was
sudden
right.
she showed.
Wait, he went to Panama right after he went to Paintsville. She didn't go.
Yeah. She didn't go with him to Panama at first. She showed up there a few days later. But do you know why she showed up there a few days later? Because Uncle Will made a post or a video saying, "Hey, who was that girl in Ryan's car?" And the next day, Bethany showed up in Panama with church. Now you put two and two together there, because the girl in
Stormwood.
Ryan's car was not his girlfriend.
Uh-oh. Hey, ma'am. Stormwood has a question. I think it's directed about Zanime.
Okay, so the whole GoFundMe thing, she had a GoFundMe. I don't think she has it anymore. She may, I don't know. But the whole purpose of that GoFundMe is to help support her mom going back to Ukraine to help people there. It's for medical supplies, basic need supplies to give the people there that are having issues or have been knocked out of their home, whatever the cause is. It's nothing personal. It's to help her mom go to Ukraine so she can help people there that's in a war-torn country. That's what it is. There's nothing more. There's no secret. She's trying to make money for herself or anything like that. She has a good job, but she's supporting her family here in America.
Nobody should be finding that difficult to believe, because if you haven't been paying attention to the news, like, Putin is pushing us on the edge of total war.
Do you feel she should apologize to Ryan at all? Who, Zanime?
People are
what? I don't think she said anything. Well, Rican's asking if he feels like Zanime should apologize to Ryan. I don't know what for, because Ryan jumped her on a panel about killing her dog, which never happened. She still has her dog. His name is Hazmat. And
wait, Ryan accused her of killing her dog?
Yes, Ryan accused her of killing her dog. And then he was pushing her about a video, and she kept saying, "That's not what your followers are saying." And he's like, "Well, play it. Just pushing her. And she finally just jumped off the panel because she'd had enough of it. And after that, he just went full on attacking her. I don't think she needs to apologize for anything.
It doesn't help that he took a fucking following of millions of people and turned it against her.
D-Wiz, no, that would not jeopardize her military status. She spoke on this the other day. This is a civilian matter. She hasn't involved the military. Zanime herself is not going to Ukraine. Her mom is going to Ukraine.
Well, I think I have a little bit of a different outlook now with the information fusion, which is graciously shared us, is that, you know, I know all of our channels, if one of y'all was being, you know, wrongly attacked for whatever reason, like for something similar like this, we would probably band together to try to stop it too, because like Fusion said, this is going to be ruining. This could potentially ruin her image and reputation online and stuff. What were you saying?
It already has. But people are saying Ryan never said that. Yes, Ryan never said that. But if you look in the clip of the video, he did slightly insinuate it. He said something along the lines of that she killed her dog. He didn't come out and say it, but he did insinuate it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he did.
Thanks for letting me know that for sure.
Well, people on chat are saying that he never said that. Yes, he never actually said the words, "she killed her dog." All he did, he insinuated it just a little bit. I remember the clip, and I remember watching the clip, and it coming to the point where he said what he said. I'm like, well, no, he didn't say it, but he certainly did insinuate it. He certainly did.
Look at you two up here just getting along.
Well,
hey, guys. Well, he's welcome here. Hey, Brownie, you want to say hi? Show him you're all cold tonight. Hey, it got cold here.
I'm pretty sure if Bob and Brownie were in a fight, Bob would win, but that's just my opinion.
No, Brownie would chew him up.
I don't know. Bob's pretty mean.
Brownie's really fast for a dog. really, really, really fast. His little legs,
Regan,
man, he gets.
I don't absolutely disagree with you there that she said that. I think it was more his followers. Do I think she should apologize for it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Dude,
But still, everything after that was wrong.
I know Charlie, and mine's only an ESA technically right now, but he's already graduated his first service dog step training class, and he's got one more, and then another, and then take an AKC citizens test, and then he'll be a full service dog.
Well, I'm getting an AKC test for Bob, so yeah.
Hey, if you can do that, I don't know. I think they do allow cat. I'm not exactly sure, but I know the rules are all they have to do is the animal just has to be able to provide you some type of something you can train him to do, and like you can train dogs and maybe even cats to do deep pressure therapy and to also help people with seizures and that work with the blind too, especially, and a lot of stuff.
I think Herbal needs
Mine
to
would.
be, I think Herbal needs to get a service possum.
Mine's going to be a psychiatric service dog. So mine's going to be in the category of psychiatric help. But now, if somebody that or like Jackie, she could benefit from a service dog because he could pick up on sounds she couldn't, and like help alert her and keep her safe, maybe.
I think
Just letting you know, Jackie.
Jackie has a service scooter. She doesn't need an animal.
Well, Jackie, if you ever did want a companion dog or a dog that could help you, a service dog, like let me know. And I have some people I know in the AKC and people I worked with that know organizations that practically you can sign up and they'll get you a scholarship to get you a dog that'll be trained and worth about $10,000 for free, practically. I think you might have to pay for the shots and stuff, basic stuff like that, but pretty much the training and everything's already done for you. Like they pick a dog tailor made that you need.
D-Wiz, I understand what you're saying that you can't be responsible for what his chat says and does, but you have a responsibility when you have a big platform like that to come out and tell your chat, look, I'm going to come out and I'm going to say some things, my opinions on something. Please do not go attack these people. This is just my opinion and my thoughts. If he probably would have said that at the beginning of all this, some of the stuff that happened probably would have happened. But he didn't, because he knew he could weaponize his chat without saying it directly, and they would go to his defense. That's what I mean. No.
Yeah, little Regan, listen, the service that I'm using to get my training done online is AKC certified. It's not one of, I know what you're talking about, but I actually have to go in person to do the citizen test, which is what allows him to be legally a service dog. And he'll also demonstrate what he can do there in person. And I have to do that about like 20 or 30 miles away from where I live. But the training online I'm doing is not BS. But I do know that there's certificates and things you can buy on there you're talking about that's bullshit. I agree with you.
Highlight little MF Robbie's his last, well, not his last, one before that.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to jump off here and go check out Rick and Moses.
Wait, where are you going, Herbal? I thought we were going to do a skit.
Are they on?
Yeah, Rick and Moses just started.
Oh,
are we going to do that
go
skit? Do you want to be Jeffrey Dahmer?
I need to finish watching the Netflix show and then I can do it.
I want to
let me finish watching the Netflix. It's really good, Fusion. You'll like it if you're into
I've already watched it. I've already watched it all.
If you're into profiling, it's really, really good. I'm into body language and profiling, and that's like another movie, No Man of God, with Luke Kirby, that plays Ted Bundy. That's a really good movie.
Okay, well, I guess everybody's going over to Rick and Moses, so.
Yeah, let's go over
Yeah,
to
I
Rick's,
gotta go
guys.
over there.
I want y'all to be able to give them the audience. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Fusion, thank you
Peace
for
out,
being here.
y'all.
Herbal, thanks for being here.
Hey, look,
Y'all make sure to
it's
like and
achievable, people.
subscribe.
Moral of the story:
And
peace is
if
achievable.
you're not subscribed to Mr. Fusion, go and check him out. Same with Herbal Warehouse. And let's head on over to Rick and Moses. Y'all have a great night.
Oh, goodbye.